How's everyone doing today? I want to make a quick video on both of these units right here. This one is the Ryobi Airstrike P320, and this one is the Bauer brad nailer, and the model number is 57180. It's right there on the left hand side bottom corner, right? And I want to make a quick video because I've seen people have issues with some of these cordless nailers, especially from Ryobi, where they pull the trigger and all they hear is the sound but no nail comes out. And that's a few possibilities. The first one would be obviously that you have a jam. The second one would be, as you can see, mine is a little dirty, that your this is all dirty. This channel right here is all dirty. That could be a possibility. Or the next possibility can be, which not a lot of folks know, these, while they are cordless, many of them have air inside of this. This one has the air right here. There's an air chamber right in here. Same thing as this one. There's an air chamber in here. And I opened this. This is the striker and plate right here. I took the 4 screws off just so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to grab this flashlight here. And I know it's going to be a little too bright. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. And I am going to tilt this over slightly. Let it rest in there. So if you look down, there is an air chamber. Not an air chamber. There's a hole right in there where the striker is. For those that don't know, this is your striker right here. So that cylinder right there, let me see, that cylinder right in there. Let me grab a pencil or something so I can point it out. Right inside there, right in there, you see that cylindrical spot right there? I'm going to point at it with the flashlight again. That cylindrical spot right there, there's a piston in there. And that piston has an O-ring. Sometimes what happens is the lubricant on that O-ring dries up, right? Causing the striker to stick. So the way to do that is, obviously, on this one, you would pull the front plate out, which is this one right here. You would pull this out. That goes right there, just like that. And this is not broken. It still works. I just pulled it off so I can show you guys. On the airstrike, you don't need to pull the screws off because the plate is already, it just latches on. But it's the same exact concept. If you see that, let me latch this back on. Just give me one quick second. There we go. So if you see right in here, right in there, you see that cylindrical spot right in there. Let me get the flashlight and see if I can get this. It's right in there. You see that little cylindrical spot right there? That is the cylinder on the Ryobi. And what I usually do, not usually, but so this one right here, this is why I'm talking about this, because the P320, last year it developed an issue where I would shoot it, it would sink the first one, the striker would stay out. Then when you go to shoot the next one, you would just hear the choo, and that's it. So when I opened this up thinking it was a jam, I saw the striker plate. The striker was all the way out here, not sinking back in or going back to its original spot. So what I did was I took some pneumatic oil and I just put a few dots in here, cleaned this up, cleaned up this area here and the magazine, and then just lubed it up, and it worked just fine. Same thing could be done with this one. I haven't had any issues with this one, but I would do the same thing with this one because, like I said, there is a cylinder in there with O-rings, and if that O-ring dries up, you're going to have problems. So every now and again, every couple months, if anything, you put a couple dots of lubricant. Silicone lubricant would be the best because that's for O-rings. It's O-ring safe. So I would just either spray a little bit of lube in there, or if you're using silicone, if you're using pneumatic oil, which that's what I use because it's for O-rings and stuff, just put a couple drops in there, maybe 3 drops or so right in there, and then you just sit it right on its back, just the way it sits right here, so the lube could go down and seep into that O-ring. Like that, you don't have an issue, and you don't have to pull this apart, because I've seen people pull these apart just to get to that cylinder, and you really don't have to do that. You can just put a couple dots right in through there and let it sit for a couple minutes, and then just shoot it with no problems. So I lube this every couple months and clean it up every couple months, just to as you can see, it's kind of dirty because we use it a lot. So yeah, that's my advice to you. If that doesn't fix it, there could be a problem, either with, because I have seen this too, where the molding, the cast that they built this with was probably bad, and it's, you know, you could see some chunks and stuff in there. You know, it could be the tank is probably low. On this one, I don't know how to refill it. I'm going to assume that you have to pull this whole thing apart to refill that little tank in there. And this one as well. This one, I don't see any, yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of lube on there, you know. So I'm going to assume on this one is going to be the same thing to refill the little tank. But yeah, these things work great. You know, I haven't had any issues with them. This one, aside from the striker sticking and me having to lube it once every couple months, well, not having to, but you know, I do it because I figured out what it was. But yeah, just lube it every couple months or so, clean it up, make sure it's nice and clean, and it'll keep shooting with no problems. All right, that's today's video. Catch you guys on the next one.